Okay, so welcome again to the sessions. Today we're gonna be talking about all exams questions of trigonometry, like according to IGCSE and GCSE, what questions usually come in the exam. And this video will be really important because in this video I will not be really fast or I will not try to cover everything. I will be actually covering all the questions that are there basically. That would be the goal for today's video. So let me just share my whiteboard and get into the session because this session will be very important because in this session we are actually solving questions, all those questions which are important and every single type of question which we according to the concept that we have covered in the last two videos. In the last two videos in trigonometry we have covered about Pythagoras theorem, we have covered about ratios, SOH we have covered about this other things, variation in angles, trigonometric table for exact values, all of that has been covered. But in the last video, I have even just given an introduction of several questions like solving them and stuff. Today's topic is about that only, like how you can actually solve these questions and basically get the answers done on time, because it's very important for us to know that how these things really works basically. All right, so let's start the session, and maybe this video will be long about because there would be a lot of question solving basically in today's video, and I will be putting up pictures and everything whatever I can basically to make it work. Let's say the first question that we have is on the thing according to IGCSE exam problems basically we're doing, as I mentioned to you. So this is the question as you can see over here. So it will be load up very soon. So I think it is loaded up now. As you can see the question, what is the question demanding from us specifically? The question is pretty simple and straightforward. Let me see if it is loaded over. So now let's try to solve this question. How to solve this question and proceed further accordingly. Like if you see the question, let me just you can zoom in, zoom out, or pause the video to check the question and read the question carefully. As I mentioned, this video is not about time and everything. This video is all about doing a lot of trigonometric questions basically. On every type of trigonometric question that we possibly can. Now the diagram shows a quadrilateral ABCD formed by two triangle ABC and ACD. They have given you, if you see the question, we have to find out angle BAC. BAC means this angle basically they want us to find out. Now, triangle ABC is right angle at B. Given is what? Firstly, you write down whatever has been given to you. So given thing has been that AB is basically equals to 12 centimeter in the question if you see the figure, and BC is basically equals to 14 centimeter if you see the figure. Now, if you see, we want angle BAC, which is at angle A basically. So in triangle ABC means, as I mentioned to you, in this triangle, the triangle which is at the bottom here, like it's made like this. So this angle BAC basically, this is A here, A, B, and C here. So this is 90 degree here. So what is how would you figure it out? Very easy, pretty easy. What you exactly do in this question is opposite to angle A is BC, which is 14 centimeter here, and opposite to angle A is AB, which is 12 centimeters. So that ratio, which ratio can you use for it? You can use tangent, because tangent for angle BAC, if you write down for angle BAC, this is a symbol to donate angle. Again, if you don't know new to maths or whatever, so this is a symbol to donate angle. So angle BAC means we are talking about this angle, which I will mark with this color pen. Again, this angle we are talking about, this is 14 over 12. That's the formula. You apply opposite over adjacent basically. And then tan angle BAC will be equals to nothing but 7 over 6 if you reduce it to the simpler form, because you divide by 2 here also and here also to simplify and to reduce it to the simpler form. And then angle BAC is actually nothing but, if you solve this question, it will become what again here? You will take 10 to the other side, means this 10 to this side, it will become tan inverse. Tan inverse is also called A10 in some of the calculators if you are from UK or at these places, and arc10 also we call that in calculators. All of these are same thing, so don't be confused in case your calculator show any of these things. So this is tan inverse, and this would be 7 over 6 here, and then it would be equals to, again, angle BAC, if you figure out, it would be equals to from the calculator, if I'll do the calculation, it would give me 49.4 degrees, guys. 49.4 4 degrees. This is my value here. Okay, that's my final answer. So this is a very look like a very complicated question, but it was not, you see. And this is what they give you in exams. Let's try to understand the second type of question we have. Let me just make this question from my end now. So basically, let's say uh, we have this second question over here, which is basically this triangle has been given to me. Okay, in this triangle, this is 90 degree, this is 10.8 centimeters, and this is 8.5 centimeter. This is question number second we are practicing. They are asking you to find out, calculate its perimeter. Calculate the perimeter of the figure. Okay, you need to calculate the perimeter of this figure specifically. So to calculate the perimeter of anything, guys, you should be knowing about this. um they have given you triangle ABC, AB 8.5 centimeter and BC 10.8 centimeter, and hypotenuse is not given, and they are asking to calculate perimeter. So to calculate perimeter, if you remember the formula, which is basically nothing but c square is equals to c square is equals to a square plus b square, right? That's the formula for Pythagorean theorem. If you remember, we have learned in the previous sessions. So if you figure out the third side by Pythagoras theorem, it would be c square is equals to 8.5 whole square plus 10.8 whole square. As I mentioned to you, this video might be long because I'm not thinking about making it shorter. I'm just practicing questions. So then you will be doing specifically what here, what type of things you will be doing. 8.5 square is 72.75 if you don't know, plus 10.8 square is 110.8 whole square is 116.64. Okay, this is c square. Again, we are figuring out c square here very easily. So that would give me c square as, if you add them, I'm getting 188.89. Okay, so c would be, you square root both the side to remove the square from here, you can say. So this would be giving me, if you square root this side, it will be around 130 or 13.74 basically centimeter, guys. That is your c, means hypotenuse, this one. So 113.74. To find out the perimeter, what you will be doing now, write down perimeter here and add all the side, AB plus BC plus CA or AC, you can call it, and then it would be equals to nothing but 8.5 plus 10.8 plus 13.74. You do that and it will give you nothing but 33.04 centimeters. That's your perimeter. This is how you find out perimeter, 33.04 centimeters. So that's how you got this answer. So hopefully this is also clear, that how to find out the perimeter of the shape. Again, let's say we have another question here, third question. Let's say, let me write down for you guys. Third question we have now. Third question. So this is another triangle I have. In this triangle, I have this as 90 degree, this has x centimeter, 12 centimeter, and this has 35 degrees. You need to find out, calculate here. Let's say we have calculate the value of x. How do you calculate the value of x? Pretty simple. This is, you just start with putting up the answer as, because they have given you here that, there's a triangle, this, let's say ABC. AB is x centimeter, and hypotenuse AC is 12 centimeter. Angle at C is given as 35 degrees. They want to find out x, the value of AB basically. So how do we find out, guys? Very simple. You see, um, start with firstly finding out this. What is this side? Opposite side, right? And what is this? Hypotenuse. So opposite over hypotenuse, if you do, what do you get? You get, it's the ratio for what? Sine. What is the angle given to you? 35 degrees. If you don't know the value of 35 degrees, you have to go to the calculator and you need to put up sine in the calculator and 35 degrees. It would give you the value of sine 35 as 0.3 decimal values you need to take till 3 decimal point. So this is 0.574 is equals to, opposite is x and hypotenuse is 12. You cross multiply this, it would give you 0.574 multiplied by 12 equals to x. So your x would be equals to, if you multiply these two values, you will be getting 6.9 centimeter, guys. Okay, this is very, very important. 6.9 centimeter. Again, so remember, so CAH TOA, sine is opposite plus hypotenuse, or upon a hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent hypotenuse, tan is opposite over adjacent. We have learned that in so CAH TOA already. So that was the third question. Pretty easy, straightforward question, nothing much in there. But yes, sometimes you guys can get confused also. But now in case, hopefully you know how to do this question also. Fourth question, and we are doing this easy question. Now I'm giving you fourth that you can practice. I'm not solving that. Just practice this question maybe. This is 90 degrees. This is 2.5. This is A. This is B. This is C. This is 4.1 centimeter. And this is 2.5 centimeter. You need to calculate here the length of AC. If you want to know the answer, you can comment down below and I will figure out the answer. Well, for this, the answer should be, the final answer should be nearly around AC should be 4.80. Make sure you remember this, and if you are getting this answer, then that's it. That is correct. Because it is easy, that's why I'm not doing it. It's already we have done this kind of a question. So now you figure out, like, you know easily how to find out with the help of this, and how to find out angles also. Uh yeah, let me just do one more of the angle type of a question, then we will proceed further with the next thing. Let's say we have fifth question here. Let's say we have this triangle quickly. Here we have a triangle, okay? This is x degrees, means angle is missing. This is 14. This is 5 centimeter, and this is q. How will you find out this? Again, they are saying find out x. Find out x here. So to find out x, what you need to do here in this, guys, very simple. It's the ratio basically that you'll do. Like sine is x degrees is opposite over, because opposite is this, hypotenuse is this. So I know I can see that opposite over hypotenuse. I'll write down the values of opposite and hypotenuse, which is 5 over 14 in this case. Yeah. After putting up the value 5 over 14 in this case, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be writing down x as sine inverse. You would have to take the value of sine on the other side, because you need x, and that is where a lot of students get confused. This is the concept that you need to remember. When you are taking sine to the other part of equals to, basically 5 over 14, let's say I'll take this example only, then it actually goes in the denominator, to be honest, because here it is multiplying with x. So the math rule says that it will go in the denominator and it will become like this. But because of exponents and powers, you need to take it to the numerator, and then it becomes inverse, minus 1 power and 5 over 14 as it is. So that's the logic, though this is not required to be remembered. The only thing is this, but if you don't know the concept, then this is the concept from exponent and power, that if some power, let's say if something is written as 4 raised to the power negative 1, you can make it positive by taking it in the numerator. It can become 4 raised to the power 1, which is 4 only. Or if some power is, let's say, if something is like, let's say, a square here, if you take it in the numerator, it will become a negative 2, like negative 2 in the numerator, basically, like this, right? So remember, this is the concept, very important concept. Anything you don't get, just put it up in that comment, and I will just give you an explanation on that, maybe if I get the time. Sine inverse 5 over 14, you can just figure out from the calculator by putting up in the calculator what is the value. It would give you x as nearly around 20.92 degrees, or take one value only, that is in degrees, basically, you got. Okay, this is how you find out angles. Very important, and they are all questions that I'm discussing. They are all from specifically, trigonometric question papers from IGCSE and stuff. There can be many questions. Let's go on the harder ones maybe that are there. Let's say we have an isosceles. Now they have given me this question that I can see over here. For you guys, I just like to put up over here as well. As I mentioned to you, just let me try again. 1 second. This is the question. Now you guys need to see how this question can be solved. Pretty easy, not that difficult. So you can see the question, that how the question look like, right? What is question saying basically? Let's read, just show you the image first. Read the question, and I'm just pause the video and see it. Like I just already have read the question and I can see very clearly what the question says. For you guys, you can do it again by pausing the video and check the question again. With basically they have given you isosceles triangle where the two triangles, they have an equal sides basically. So that's an isosceles triangle. BC is the base given to you. BC is given to you as 12 centimeter, which is basically the base. And angle at B and C are both 54 degrees. So you can say angle at B and C are both 54 degrees, and because of the reason that it's an isosceles triangle, find angle A by angle sum property. What does angle sum property says? Sum of angles in a triangle basically. That is what angle sum property says, that sum of angle in a triangle is A plus 154, sorry, 54 degrees. A plus 54 degrees plus 54 degrees is actually equals to 180. Angle sum property says that like sum of all the three angles is 180 degrees. So this would be equals to nothing but 180 minus 108, because 54 and 54 is 108, and take it to the other side of equals to. If I just write down for a student who are new, let me write down 108, then 180, then A would be 180 minus 108, because when you take it to the other side of equals to, the sign changes, and then A will become 72 degrees. That's your A. Did you get it now? Now what you have to find out, in an isosceles triangle, the height splits the base into two equal parts. So if you see this triangle that they have given you here, they have given you this 54, this 54. If you draw the line, this will split this base, which was 12 centimeter, into 6 and 6. In isosceles triangle that happens. Okay, so if you do like, for that, the height will split like 12 by 2, which is 6 centimeter. And then you can find out from one, for one triangle specifically, this is 54 here, this is 6 centimeter here, and you need to find out this basically, or height of this specifically. So you can find out this x here. So this is opposite, this is adjacent. Opposite over adjacent is basically the formula for what? It's for 10. So you have to find out height. So I have just put up that formula. So 1054 will become what, guys? 1054 is height divided by 6. Yes. And that will give me my height as 6 times 6 multiplied by, you multiply that by 1054 degrees, which will give me your height as, let me show you over here. That will give me your height as 6 times 1.376, which will give you, when you multiply this, it is 8.256. Okay, that's your height. That's what we need to find out. Again, put up what else you need to find out? Area. Okay, when you, if you see the question perfectly, here they are they want you to find out area. So I find out height first according to that, and then I will find out area. How will I find out area? Area would be equals to half into base into height. Usually that's the formula. So half into base is given to me 12, into height I just figure it out, 256. You can just apply, put up in the calculator, and you figure out the answer. You will get the answer as nearly around, this would be 6, I think. 6 into 8.256, which would give me 49.5 centimeter square, because area is always in terms of square, volume is in cube. Centimeter at least has a square, like the unit usually have these things. This is how you need to do this question. You can pause it, you can watch it again to make you understand, like for the better understanding. But this is a wonderful, wonderful question over here that can definitely come in the exams also. This comes into harder problems obviously, but this is an amazing question, guys. Okay, let's discuss something more maybe now. um Maybe they will give you something like this also sometimes. Let's say for example, this is the question now today. I'm just discussing questions for without seeing the time and stuff. So just focus on the question. These are all exams questions here. So now you can see that's the question over here. I think I've zoomed it a bit more. Let me zoom out. This is the question, okay? Let me reduce the question like to smaller. part, it would be better for us. Okay, this is the question now. Pretty simple, I think, straightforward question. At least you understand what it has been saying. So let me just draw the figure first. It will be loaded up very soon for you guys if you cannot see it. But if I just make a figure for it, let's say this is your figure usually. This is your opposite side. This is your 90 degree. This is your x degrees. If you have read this is called slant height L or hypotenuse. You can say that. Okay. And this is your adjacent side, which is also denoted as R in this question. This is adjacent side. This is hypotenuse and slant height. Basically, both are similar kind of a thing. Now, question is pretty simple. What you need to do, just apply the formula and you will get your answer. And how do you do that? Very simple, guys. Let's say, for example, in this question, radius r is given to you 1.65 centimeter. Slant height is given to you 4.70 centimeter. We need angle between the slant height and the base, which is x basically. So you apply cos theta because this is opposite given to you. Opposite is not given to you, basically adjacent and hypotenuse. So adjacent over hypotenuse is basically the ratio for cosine and x degrees. So you just apply that formula. Okay, you get the value as here. If you see specifically, cos x will be 1.65 divided by 4.70. So your x degree would be equals to, you divide that, cos inverse would be, you take cos only to the other side of equals to. So your cos inverse will become, this would be 0.351. Okay. And then x degree would be equals to 69.4 degrees, guys. Okay. So this would be your x, 69.4 degrees. Very important question again. There can be many more such questions. I can go on and on for you guys to, really do practice of this. This is how you need to do this one. As I mentioned to you, there can be very hard questions also. And there can be these. Okay, this is a very important question, I feel like. So let me just do this also with you at least once. So let's say we have this question now. Okay. So this is the another question here, which is basically uh, again on IGCSE tougher side. So what is exactly the question saying and what has been given in the question? Let's talk about that first. So basically it is saying, you can see the figure, you can see how the questions come out to be for us. Right angle triangle, hypotenuse 6 centimeter, height is given to you as x. Okay, that has been given to you, provided that right angle triangle hypotenuse is 6, height means x is basically equals to uh 3.82. Then you have the base given to you, which is basically 2x minus 3. What you need to do, find the base firstly. 2x minus 3 means 2 times 3.82, because the value of x is that minus 3. So that is 7.64 minus 3, which will give you 4.64. So your base is 4.64. When you have that, you need to figure out that what is your like, in the triangle we have to find out x. So to find out x, and this is the triangle that has been given to you at the top, like basically this way. Just come over here and check in the image here. So this is your hypotenuse, right? This is one side and this is another side. So definitely I can use hypotenuse and I can use the base edges, like, and or I can use this also because I have x. So I can find out sine with any of the thing now because I have both the things. So I'll just use sine theta rule. Use sine theta as opposite over hypotenuse. That's I have. And then I can use the values, 3.82 divided by 6 is equals to sine theta, which is angle. So theta will become my sine inverse. And if you divide them, you will be getting what do you think you'll be getting? Firstly, you divide these values actually. You need to do the calculator thingy. So you divide these values, you get I think so 0.636367. This is sine theta equals to that. So theta would be sine inverse of this value. So you just go on the calculator, put up sine inverse this, and you will get the value of theta as 39.6 degrees. That's how you have to figure out, guys. Okay, I hope so that is clear to you. Very simple question again. Maybe let's have one more. I'll see if they're in the question paper. If there are more, there are many actually. Questions are many. You can have harder to harder questions, like very difficult questions also. But these are the main ones, guys. I hope so it is clear to you. If any question feels like that you cannot do it, you can just always text me, comment, and then we can have a discussion over specifically on that question. So thank you so much. That's all for the video for today.